Hey guys, welcome to another quick tip video for the Lightroom Learning Group. And in today's quick tip, we are going to actually be leaving Lightroom and doing a little bit of work in Photoshop. So while this is technically a quick tip, it's going to be kind of a longer quick tip. This will be about 4 or 5 minutes or so. But stick with me here, this is some really good stuff. So here I have an image that I created while I was at Silver Lake Sand Dunes recently. And it's a composition that I really liked. I liked the sky, the nice little sliver here of forest with some of Silver Lake right there. And then, of course, the big, beautiful sand dunes that are there. What I also really liked about this composition was this young lady down here in the right-hand corner of this image. She just kind of adds a nice little aspect to this image, some scale to this image, and I really liked it. What I don't like, though, are all of the footprints. But there's not much I can do about that. I'm not going to spend all day trying to get all these footprints to go away. We're going to leave the footprints there. It's a good photo, but it's not going to be in National Geographic anytime soon. So I'm not going to worry about all of the footprints. What I do want to worry about, though, are the names that are written out here with footprints. We're going to go ahead and assume it was this young lady over here that did this. It's a fun idea. I like it. However, I don't really want it in my picture. So of course, to get rid of them, I could use the clone and heal tool, but if we do that, I'll show you what happens here. We're going to get some unnatural looking effects here, and we'll hide that by tapping the H key. And it's also going to take a long time. It's going to be tedious. You have just lots of different shadows and a lot of gradation in the sand, and it's just going to be a terrible hassle. So we're going to go about this a different way. We're going to go into Photoshop and we're going to use what is called Content Aware Fill. So to do that, we are going to simply right click on our image, go to Edit In, and go up to Adobe Photoshop CC. It's going to take a minute here to open up. While we wait, I'm going to take a little sip of my coffee. And that is pretty good stuff. And it's still reading that raw format here. So now it's opened and we can see it's the exact same image that we were viewing in Lightroom, but now we are, of course, in Photoshop. Now the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here, I'm going to drag my background layer, because again, Photoshop works in layers, and I'm going to make a copy. I always like to work on a copy. Just because if you make a mistake, you can delete that entire layer and just start fresh if you want to. And in this case, it's also going to give us a quick and easy way to show you a before and after. So now that I'm on this background copy, what I want to do is select the pixels that I want to affect, and that's going to be right down in here. You can use any type of selecting tool that you want. In here you have the rectangle marquee, the elliptical marquee, and then you can also come over here and use the lasso, polygonal lasso, or magnetic lasso tool. I'm going to go ahead and just use let's start with the lasso tool here. So I'm just going to click and drag around this area here, create a complete shape there, go end to end, and you'll get the marching ants here once all of your pixels are selected. And once those are selected, we're going to go up to Edit, down to Fill, and then you see there's the 3 dots, which means, of course, once you see those 3 dots, there are more options to follow. And now we come up with a bunch of different options here. So right now it's on Content Aware, which is actually what we want, but there are other options here. You can fill the selected area with the foreground color, the background color. You can select a different color. You can use a pattern, history, black, gray, white. Anyways, there's a lot of options there, but what we want to do today is Content Aware. We want to have color adaptation checked, mode is normal, and opacity is 100%. You're not going to have to do much of anything here. All of these are going to be set for you. And let's go ahead and click OK, and now you can just watch the magic of Photoshop. So now you can see, I'll go ahead and hide those, that Photoshop rather did some analyzing of what was inside of that area, the content that was in that area that we had selected, and tried to make it blend a little bit better. And it did a pretty good job. It looks kind of unnatural here. And I found when doing this that kind of is what happens sometimes. So again, this is why it's going to be working on the copy. So I'm just going to go ahead and delete that entire copy layer and create another copy. And now I'm going to choose a different way of selecting. I'm going to use the elliptical marquee tool here. And we'll just go here and create this. I'm going to shift it over a little bit. Looks pretty good there. We'll go back up to edit, fill, content aware is right there. Click OK. And we'll see how this one looks. That looks much better. So there you go. Look how natural that looks without doing hardly any work at all. So once you do this once or twice, you get a hang of it. You'll see that it's a very quick way to go about doing things like this. If there's one area in your image that needs fixed, this is a very quick way to do that. Of course, some people get intimidated once they have to open up Photoshop, but don't worry, it is super easy. And then once you're done, you can just go ahead and save it, and it's going to be saved right next to the original image in Lightroom. So here we are back in Lightroom. Once that image is done saving, it's going to pop right next to the original image. So there you go, guys. There is Content Aware.